Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live from Mindset Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I got my buddy Dave on, and we are going to talk about setting the example, right? Give you guys a little bit of background on this first. So, some of you guys, if you know me, you know I still play hockey. I've actually played for a very long time and at a fairly high level. I love it, right? My son's gotten into it. And prior to even having kids, I coached, and I coached a lot of really great players, and I had a decent track record of, a couple kids playing into through college and some other areas. And basically, I've always loved coaching because it's a way to give back. It's a way to teach kids and teach them not just about hockey, but life skills, right? But what I've noticed more since I've been doing this for a very long time, I did it 15 years ago, and doing it today, it's not the same. And here's what I mean. The culture from the parents is different. Okay. What parents expect is different. How they speak to their kids and how they push their children is different. And it leads me to think, like, what kind of example are we setting? Right. And I'll tell you the story. I have a pretty full team. We all are very, very, very. This is not a high level team at all. This is just a team that everybody plays, develops, has fun. Okay. And we just try to roll the lines, get all the kids out there. Well, one of the kids, unfortunately, just always in between while the game's going on, always has to go to the bathroom. So they go off, do their business, come back. The parent comes up to the bench, and the bench area is just for the people that are actually coaching and the kids that are playing the game, right? So during a game, you're never supposed to be in there. Well, parent comes over, starts going ballistic about ice time, about playing, right? And this parent's probably going to get thrown off the team now, right? Because I'm not going to deal with that. And the other thing is, what example are you setting? Like, you're not watching your children. You're causing a scene at a youth sporting event, and you're not setting a great example. So now every kid had to see that blow up, right? And it's a shame. Like, and I see this more and more and more. We're back like 10 years ago. Kids knew, hey, this is what you're doing. You work hard. You have to earn every bit of it. You have to earn your ice time. And now today, parents, it's more of a entitlement thing. And that is not good, because that's what you're teaching your kids, whether you know it or not. Right? Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, first of all, it's insane. And it's almost sad that it's almost becoming normalized.
Yeah.
It's just odd to me. And maybe that's our generation or a generational gap for there. But a lot of those parents are our age. So I don't understand that whole thing. The only thing I can wrap my head around is a lot of parents today that didn't do shit when they were younger, that had entitlement themselves, but didn't earn anything, rode the bench. Now they're trying to live through their kids, and hey, my kid, he's showing up, he's doing this or allegedly doing this, so he deserves this automatically. And I think that's where most of that comes from, man. It's a lack of success that the parents had in anything. I was on the team, but I didn't play. So now I got to force that through my kid. And now if my kid can't get it, now I got to be an asshole and ruin it for everybody. And I got to inject my 2 cents. I got to put it in, because realistically, when I've seen so many videos of this happen, and most of the time when you hear the back and forth, it's always the parent. It's speaking like if they're talking about themselves, right?
Yeah.
Hey, my kid needs more ice time, when it's really saying, hey man, I need that ice time. I need that to fulfill me. It's just really odd, man, to wrap my head around. Like, and I think a lot has to do with it. I think we're fortunate in the area that I live, man, because we have a sports culture here where I'm from. Like, football and wrestling is everything. And the cool thing about a lot of stuff that we have here, there's a trickle down effect from the high school level to all the youth sports. So you get a little bit of that bullshit, but it gets cut out really quick
Yeah.
because nobody at the higher level is going to take that. It's going to be well known and be like, yo, listen, man, if your kid can't hack it now, he ain't going to make it when he gets older. And then that's when he's really going to be made an indirect example of, because kids work hard, man. Like there's a culture here for that. You know, it's no nonsense. It's no BS. And the cool thing about it is the parents groups here, there are specific, especially there's a specific, in my school, there was a specific moms group that came together. Right.
Mhm.
So they were all about the team and the team culture and their sons playing, and they weren't going to tolerate any of that nonsense. It's all about the team. It's not about an individual. You know, it is all about winning, right? But winning together, you know, not just coming in and ice time and so forth. It's just sad today, man. Like it's just taking a crazy shift.
But think about that too, right? Because it works from a positive angle, right? You're in sports, you put your children in sports to develop life skills, right? The reality is most of them or almost none of them are ever going to go pro. Okay. That's just, if that ever happens, that's a feather in the cap. If they play in college, you did your job as a coach. Actually, you more than did your job as a coach.
Yeah, that's
right?
rare too, man.
Yeah,
like,
so that's why I'm saying that. You know what I mean? Someone that's been around it and that continuously has done it. You know, if I get anyone to college playing, I did a great job, right? Yeah. I have gotten a bunch, so I am very proud of that. I would say though that it also works. Understand that your kids are always watching, because like when I do 75 hard, my kids imitate that. And now they've actually developed those habits. I know I've spoken about it a bunch here, but you know, my kids work out before school. My kids read every single night. They rip through so many books, you know, like it was just my middle child, Ronan's birthday. I'm like, what do you want? He goes, well, I'm reading a lot, so can you get me some more books? Like, what kid asks for books? You know, but I'm serious. Like you can set a great example, okay, or you can set a shit example, and the choice is yours. They're going to see both examples. Like there's no doubt in my mind that your kids are going to see the good ones and the bad ones. All right, so you pick like how much you're going to put in front of them, and I think there's no bigger responsibility than being a parent and setting that example and setting that tone, and also setting it for, you know, other kids. You know, like being a coach, like you kind of have to set that example. And am I intense? Absolutely. I'm a little bit overboard. I get that. No, absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I'm me, but I'm teaching the kids the right way. I'm teaching the kids the right things. You know, they're learning discipline. They're learning how to work hard. They're learning how to work together. And that, you know, I feel like that's all you could ask for. So
I think and also in terms of example, you said it great from that coaching standpoint. It's, you know, look, man, there might be some kids on that team that don't have dads, right? So that need that fatherly figure push and that example, you know, coming in from a broken home. So like, remember that stuff too. You know, it's not just within your household, it's other kids that are around your kid that see that example as well, man. You know, so be that dad or that example that some of these kids don't have. You know, it's like, oh, this guy's an ass. He can fly off the handle. So can I. Oh, this guy's cool. He cares. Yeah, he's intense. He's hard. But you know what? It's to better us and set us up for the future, because it correlates more to sports, man.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And I think, and you said it great, man. Like if somebody gets to college, then you've done your job. But I look at it further, especially like with a lot of culture here, is if you become a successful human being, and if that correlated to that sport, like that's the ultimate win. Doesn't matter if it's college playing another sport or enough. Yeah, it's what do you do with yourself, your 30s, your 40s? You know, I have coaches today, man. Like I'd still run through a wall for those guys.
Yeah, amen, dude. Like that is what it is, because you're teaching them like what it takes to go in and do something day in, day out, day in, day out. Like, and the reality is this: like, you don't go and have one hockey training session, right? You don't go and practice once. You don't go and power skate once, and then everything changes, right? You're doing this multiple times, and at this point, and at the level that the boys that I'm coaching are playing, I'm saying multiple times a week, and I say that lightly, but when I say multiple times, it's almost every day. I'm not kidding, right? Some of these kids. And so like you're teaching them to put in this time, effort, energy, and work for something that is not necessarily tangible, right? They're not getting a reward at the end of every training session. In fact, they're probably just going home sweaty, smelly, and a couple more bumps and bruises than they had prior, right? But they're doing it every day towards towards a goal, getting better, developing. So personally, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. But guys, you're out there, realize you can set a great example, you can set a shit example. Be better. Try to set the best possible example, not just for you, your kids, but everyone else around you. All right. I hope this helped. We'll catch you on Financial Fitness Friday.
Be great, y'all.